Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, it took me a little while to realize I started the stream and then realized I had to go do something. It only took a minute, so no big deal. Alright, so I'm back, more SCUM, and my goal for today is to simply decrease my sodium levels. So, pretty simple stuff compared to what I've been doing in the past with PvP and all sorts of stuff like that. So we'll continue. So my sodium levels shot through the roof yesterday. I was trying to pay attention to them, and then I made the mistake of eating a whole can of Spam and then getting trapped by a bunch of zombies and not being able to drink water to be able to like balance everything out and urinate enough to keep my sodium levels from skyrocketing. So I think they're at like 230%. If I can get them down today to below 200%, well, spawning into zombies right away, that's always fun. Come on. It's always a little concerning when you're waiting to spawn in, you're in the load screen, and you hear puppets near you. Alright, at least I'm inside. Alright, let's check out where we're at here. Yeah, 230% on the sodium. So I still need to get like some sugar and carbs and stuff like that, but not going to worry about that right now. Right now I just need to hydrate and pretty much urinate. Should take care of the sodium. I've aggroed the zombies. Bye. And shots fired nearby. There are a few bases around here, I noticed. I have no ammo, no way of defending myself. Let's see, where are we? I just need to go north at this point and get to a water source, which is pretty much due north from here. Let's get out of here before that guy that was shooting starts shooting at me. Just head away from these puppets first, or I aggro another one. still going to take me a little bit of time to get used to how like amped up everything is on this server. There's like everywhere you go, like, there's hordes of puppets in every town, and forget about like trying to loot around mechs or whatever by yourself. That's not going to happen. I mean, it's almost too hard to get into bunkers by yourself without having somebody distract a mech, so you can run in without getting one shot by them. I'd also like to be able to find a toolkit and some crafting supplies so I can get some ammo in my my Mosin. A scope for the Mosin would be nice too, because then at least I have a chance to defend myself if I have to. You gotta remember that that bird is kind of just like floating in that tree. The birds can signal, like the crows and the seagulls. If you see like a group of them just lifting off from the trees and flying away, that could signal that there's another player or group of players around, because they will scare off the crows, which I think is freaking awesome. Yeah, they just keep adding so much cool stuff to this game. And, you know, just when I think I'm like, oh, I've seen it all, I've done everything in this game, what else can I have to do? They add something else. There's a player right there. See, I saw that crow flying around. I was like, something's going on here. There's a bunker just to my east. That's probably where they're headed. I'm just hoping they didn't see me or flanking around or trying to take a position to cut me off. Not really wearing the most camouflage clothing. I just saw their silhouette run through the trees there. So at this point, I'm just trying to avoid players. I do not want to have any run-ins. He didn't look like he was too kitted. I mean, it's rare that you're going to run into like a heavily kitted player on this server. It's not easy. Like I said, with the mechs being amped up and all that fun stuff. This one, I gotta check something over here. Yeah, it's just not easy to go and get a kit. And even if you do find your way into a military bunker or whatever, and the odds that you're gonna get like a bulletproof vest and a fully kitted AK-47 and a full kit in one military bunker is not even feasible on this server. You'd have to pretty much hit them all. It'll take you a long time to get a full like military style kit with bulletproof vests and all that stuff. I'm trying to figure out like where's the best route to take here. I want to avoid the road. I didn't really want to go through the fields, but I'll do it anyway. I haven't looked at the leaderboard on this server yet either. I wonder, like, wow. Yeah, for somebody to have 1,000 fame on a server like this, they gotta really be grinding. Where we about a week and a half from the last reset too, so he did that in a week and a half. Please go away, Famebot. I'm actually surprised that I saw another player. I mean, we saw the gunshot, or heard the gunshot, and saw a player. I'm surprised that, yeah, I didn't look at what the population is right now, like how many people are on. But this server, around this time of day, could be anywhere from 20 to 40 players. I mean, this server will also get maxed out at times. Somebody was hunting here. It depends on like what's going on. There's other streamers who play on this server, and when they do events and stuff, this server gets like ridiculously crazy. But usually by the time I start streaming, because they're European, they're done streaming. So like, what would it be in like England right now, or 7? Be like close to midnight, right? Or past midnight. What's up, Doc Fox? Sorry to hear that you had a bad experience playing it. Yeah, it is an early access game, so it's going to be buggy. That's just the way it is. But I suggest trying it again if you haven't played it in a while, because they fixed so much. Been huge improvements to PvP, a lot less like teleporting and disappearing players during PvP. It's just really cool to see like the advancement of this game and the development and the improvements over time. I mean, and I don't know what, I mean, the game's been out for 7 months. Of course, it's still going to be in early access. It's probably going to be in early access for several years. I mean, DayZ was in early access for 6 years. I think like a game like Star Citizen, again, was in early access for many years. There are a lot of other games. Oh, crap. Lay down. Wait for them to go by. That might be the same player I saw earlier running around. They looked like they had a little bit of a kit going though. I'll just back away slowly here. But you know what? I can backtrack to the water over here. Because it looks like they were kind of following the water source. I mean, also, to try an early access game and then to say that you're never playing it again, that's very close-minded. I mean, and to expect it to not be buggy is also, yeah. It's not, I'm trying to think of the right word. It's the expectations aren't right there. I mean, if you're going to play an early access game, expect bugs, expect it to be broken. Because now you've become part of the development of the game. And if you're not into that, then don't buy early access games. It's that simple. Again, well, it was like PUBG. How long was that in early access? It was a little bit shorter because it's not as in-depth of a game as, you know, DayZ or SCUM. But that was in early access for a few years before it went full release. Trying to find a nice area with cover to get a drink here. Same guy killed him 3 times off spawn. That's odd, considering you usually spawn in completely different areas. Alright, we're down to 216. I don't want to overhydrate either. There's a bear right here. I don't want to stay too close to the water too long because somebody else is bound to come along. I'm looking for a drink. And this is a hunting area as well. So let's continue north. There's another water source that I can sort of hang out as more cover, better hiding. Kind of less in the path of these towns that are right here. There's a lot of towns that are near PvP areas that squads like to build bases in right here. So I'll push a little further north, get out of this area, more into like the wilderness. I'm probably going to, I'm going to need to kill an animal here and cook some meat. I should just let my energy go down a little bit here and just worry about hydration and lowering my sodium before I eat more meat. It's going to be important. So I'm not going to really be worried too much about my energy level at this point. Especially not like being, going PvP. I don't really have to worry about it too much. Should eat some mushrooms. There we go, another 4% off the sodium. Trying to think of where else I can go to. I guess the dam would be a good spot to look for some gear and try to find some crafting supplies. It's relatively easy to get in and out of as long as there's no other snipers around. And it has crafting supplies. So hopefully I can get like a toolkit, some lead plate and gunpowder there. I'll spend some time here by this water source, just hydrating a little bit more. Where am I at on my hydration? I'm at 87%. I'm going to try to get that up to 100%. Because I need to get my sodium down before I can eat more and hunt more. I'm pretty sure those players that I saw just to my east are going to that, probably stopped at that town back there. So I'm not really worried about them anymore. They were probably going to the airfield, or if anything, they're like heading more into B2 and up into like eastern C2, C1. There's a lot of like squad battles that happen in those areas. There we go, there's water over here. Hope I can find some shotgun shells too. That'll help with hunting birds. Take out a crow or two. I want to see how eating like crow and stuff will affect my metabolism as well. Will it drive up my sodium levels? Because that might be a good alternative to eating like pork and other steaks. Drank too much water too fast. Oh, he wipes his head now. He doesn't smell his hand anymore. Maybe he still smells it, like there's multiple animations. I don't know. Might have to suffer through diarrhea here a few times to get properly hydrated and reduce those sodium levels. Working down to 208. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out here for a second, just let all this water kind of digest, metabolize a little bit, and then I'll drink another 5 gulps of water, and then I'll head north again. There we go. Thought I just heard something behind me. Might have been a distant gunshot, I'm not sure. Could have just been the water. This is another town. I should head a little bit up the hill here, stay away from that. Here we go again. It's always nice in the middle of a field. Where'd my spear go? Still need to find those mushrooms that are high in vitamin D. I haven't seen any yet. I'm at 23% on that. Let's go up the hill a little bit more here. That was a rabbit. I don't think I've ever ate rabbit in this game. I should try that one time. So I could probably take it out with a shotgun. I mean, in real life it would blow it to pieces, but I'm sure it'd be alright in this game. I should get, you know what, that's what I should do. I should get the Sportster rifle going instead of the shotgun. See if we can hunt a rabbit with it. Since it's a 22, it won't make too much noise. If you go hunting with like a larger caliber weapon, like every player within an earshot comes running because they want your gun. And all of a sudden you have like 3 guys coming at you because one of them wants your gun. Yeah, there's no red mushrooms anywhere. It's all these yellow and white mushrooms. I gotta watch this church too. There's usually players hanging out here. The good thing is the way they set up the windows on the steeple. It doesn't look this way. Which is good for the guy in the steeple trying to snipe down the hill. So they don't have to worry about somebody up here sniping down on him. Can't really get an angle on those steeple windows from here. There we go, there's a little patch of mushrooms. Nah, I just peed all over my spear. Nice, down to 202%. Let me go down further. It looks like the more you let your bladder fill up, the more percentage it will drop when you urinate, so. The next water source is the big river here. So it's kind of dangerous to drink from, but I think we'll be alright. You can always go up to the lake too. I'll grab a couple of quick drinks from the river there before I go into the complex. See, when you go to the dam, it could go either way. You could get the whole place to yourself and get all the loot you need and get out of there, or there could be a squad building a base there and hanging out, or there could be just snipers sitting up on the cliff lines shooting down at you. The good thing is there's a lot of cover, but if there's other players down in the dam, it gets really hard to loot in there. And then, of course, escaping that is not easy either. If they're down there, there's only really two ways in and out. But I mean, it's no different than any other bunker. Yeah, you have the main entrance and the hatch. Another thing I noticed, like the difference playing on this server versus some of the other PvP servers, people value their lives a lot more on these servers, especially this one. Hopefully I didn't just lose that spear. But I could always craft another one, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. I just made a load of noise there. Probably got my feet wet as well. There's not much I can do if there's a squad here. Look, there's somebody's spawn point right there. Let's see if they have any loot here. They do have a crate. No. Probably just using it as crafting storage. Where's my hydration at now? Nice, 108% in hydration. Ladder's only at 16%. I'll let that get up closer to like 30%. I don't want to hydrate anymore now because I'm assuming, like in real life, if you hydrate too much, it could have a negative effect on you. Another thing I'm going to do on this playthrough is I'm not going to carry a bunch of stuff. I'm going to be very picky about what I pick up. I really just want enough supplies to get some ammo for this Mosin, maybe a scope for it, and then some shotgun ammo. The doors are open here. Double check these anyway. Might be some toolkits or something in here. Hopefully whoever was through here has moved on and I don't have to deal with them. They probably cleaned this whole place out too. That's what I've been noticing on this server, is that it's just everywhere I go, it's just wiped out of stuff. And that's when you know, like, a squad has been through, like a group of players have come through, because one player can't take everything. But a group of 3 players or 2 players with big backpacks, they can carry a lot of stuff. Especially if they have a car or vehicle nearby. Oh my God, it scares me every time. Well, if there's anybody here, they know I'm here. So, let's see what happens. Yeah, everything's cleaned out. But literally every box is empty. Even the garbage piles will be empty. Well, I'll switch to a Car 98 if I find it. I mean, how many rounds is that anyway? 7 rounds? Surprised I found that. least there's not many puppets here today. Probably a few over here. There's one. What's up, Dylan? Yeah, there's a lot of populated servers, and this one depends on what events are going on and who else is playing on it. Like other streamers play on the server. So this one can get pretty populated. Sometimes it can get close to full. And then there's other like PvP servers I play on that that are almost full pop. Depends on the time of day you play, and but there's definitely servers that are high pop servers, 70 plus players. Right now this one's kind of medium pop. I've seen a few players just hiding from them and stuff, so I don't want to, I don't have any ammo or anything, so I don't really want to get into it with anybody. But I mean, if you're used to playing early access games, this is a good one. You just got to realize that it is early access, and it will update. There'll be server wipes. You'll lose progression and stuff pretty frequently, so you can't get attached to anything. Kind of just have to enjoy it for what it is at its current state. The server I'm on right now, unless I'm not finding anything, this is like a hardcore survival server. So it's more about crafting. You'll find weapons here and there, like I have a Mosin and a shotgun, but I have no ammo. I have ammo for a Kar 98 that I found, but what I think happened here is I think a squad came through and just emptied this place out pretty recently. The fact that there's doors open and no loot anywhere. It had to be a group of, at least 2 players, maybe more, with big backpacks or maybe a vehicle or something, and they just pretty much emptied this whole place. Oh, it's definitely worth $20. I mean, how can you go wrong with 20 bucks? I mean, to me, that's lunch in, New York City. That's a cheap lunch in New York City. So, $20 is, you know, that's not a lot for a game. And I mean, they're constantly updating it and adding content. So I think it's well worth the $20. Where is this mech? It's going the other way, right? Hopefully. Oh, you know what? I gotta go back here. This could be bad. Alright, it stopped. Yeah, like I said, if you're into more of like a PvP style game, you know, you can find servers that are just filled with people, and there'll be more than enough military loot for, you know, to go around, and everybody's going to have AK-47s and military ballistic vests and helmets and all that stuff. And there'll be PvP battles going on all over the server, all over the map, and all the hot spots. But this server, people are going to value their life more, so less likely to take random shots. They're going to only shoot if they have 100% kill. Besides, they don't want to, you know, you don't want to waste ammo on this server. Alright, I need to go someplace. That door's open up there. Alright. I need to get a toolkit. There's nothing here. Well, I mean, yeah, it's like DayZ in a lot of respects, so like as far as the survival goes, the zombies, but you have this whole PvP element, the fame point system, and then, I mean, you can see it's way more in depth when it comes to survival, and you know, this is the metabolism screen. So you have to keep track of this. Like what I'm working on right now is what, you know, and I figured out by watching other YouTubers, is the sodium levels. You can see my sodium's at 203%. It was at the beginning of the stream at 230. In previous playthroughs, I've had this go as high as like 800%, which affects your stamina and you know, your ability to run long distances. So right now my energy is low because I won't eat. Actually, I should urinate right now. So what I got to do is keep drinking water and urinating until my sodium levels drop. Yeah, it's really in depth. I mean, there's that, and then you know, you have to urinate, defecate. Sometimes you have to vomit if you eat the wrong thing. See, now my sodium's dropped below 200%, so that was good. Like, filling up my bladder and urinating will keep dropping my sodium levels. So then you have like the leaderboard here. And if you're into YouTube, you might notice some other names on there that play SCUM. There's right now currently there's no events going. There is an event available, but nobody's playing in it. So you spend your fame points, it's 10 fame points, to get into this death match. So there's death match, team death match, capture the flag. There's a game called like Control. So you have like these Call of Duty style game modes within the game, which makes for a lot of fun. And you know, you get fame points for getting kills and playing objective in those games. So it's a way to earn fame as well as just earning fame by crafting and surviving. Killing players, the higher their fame, the more fame you get for killing them. And your fame points will get you on the leaderboard. Like those were the top 25 players in the game right there. So I started playing this character. This was a new character starting yesterday. So how many hours am I in today? About an hour. So I'm about 4.5 hours into this character. So I'm doing all right. 134 fame, considering I haven't done any events or any PvP, haven't killed anybody. And when you die, you have to spend your fame to respawn. So you can go negative fame. And then if a player kills you when you have low fame or directly from spawn, they could lose fame as well. So like I've had fresh spawns run at me with melee weapons and had to kill them, and I've lost fame for it. But I had no choice. It's either take damage or potentially they could take you out with a melee weapon if you're not paying attention. Like they could one-shot you in the head with a shovel, knock you out, take your gun, and kill you. So your character will progress. So when you log out and log back in, it'll just pick up where you left off unless they wipe the server. It just automatically saves. I mean, again, game is early access, so you may see some issues. Like you had the ability to build bases and store things in your base. You could still build fortifications. You just can't use like the cupboards and stuff in that building as storage anymore because they had issues with server performance. So they're trying to fix that right now. You can craft, so I didn't show you the crafting menu. You have the whole crafting menu here. So this is like all your survival stuff. You can craft teeth, like, you know, necklaces out of people's ears and stuff like that. You can eat people. These are all your food menus. But then you have like different levels of crates, and you have to level up your crafting skills because you have skill levels. If they're grayed out like that, I can't do it. If they're red, I don't have the materials. If they're yellow, I have some of the materials to do it. And you have to have the proper tools and everything to be able to craft. So right now, one thing I'm looking for is a toolkit, gunpowder, and lead plate so I can craft ammo for my gun. Like I could have looked around there more, but it's just too risky with those mechs and being alone. It's tough to play solo on these survival servers because the mechs are cranked up. But they do, right now, like they have areas that are labeled safe zone. Some server admins, I don't know if they could set them up as safe zone. I'm not sure if there's any safe zones on this server. Like it's, like you'll see in side chat sometimes, like there's not many active people on this server today. And that's kind of why I'm playing on this server right now, is because I'm trying to figure out sodium levels and teach myself cooking and getting better at that so I don't drive my sodium through the roof. Because it'll just make for an overall better experience once I figure all that out. It's like really the last thing I need to figure out for my metabolism is my sodium level. I figured out most of my vitamin levels. To get my vitamin E and K up, if I kill a bear and eat bear meat, I should be all right with that. And that'll drive up those vitamin levels. Also give me more protein. I need to find some like energy bars to get more sugar and carbs. I can also, there's sugary drinks that could help with that, like sodas and stuff like that I can go find. But right now, like I said, it's all about my sodium level. I'm not going to eat anything until I drop that sodium level down to a more acceptable level that I can manage. So I'm just going to like starve for a little bit. which affects my stamina. I won't be able to run as far, which then affects your abilities in PvP. But if you go into an event, none of that matters. All these stats on the lower left go away when you go into an event. You're given a full military kit, ballistic vest. Everybody's balanced out. You could pick from weapons, kits, loadouts, just like in like a hardcore Call of Duty, deathmatch or team deathmatch or something. You get, pre-set loadouts. So you could be a sniper or, just a run and gun type player, whatever you want to do, depending on the game mode. So I have to say, for like the $20, you do get a lot. It's just tricky to finding the right server for your play style. Like I have 2 or 3 servers that I play on for the different styles of play. I play on this server for survival. I have another server I play on when I just want to like PvP, get gear quick, and just get into action and shoot at people. And then they're like official servers are like kind of in the middle. They're pretty well balanced as far as PvP and survival. There are vehicles if you can find them. This server they're rare, and they're probably controlled by squads. So they'd be locked up in garages and stuff like that. You could pick locks as well. So if you find somebody's fort and it's got locks on it, you could get a lockpick set, and there's a skill for that. So you have to level up your lockpicking skills. It's not something I'm into, raiding people's forts and raiding people's stashes. But there's squads that's all they do is raid other squads' bases and then, battle over loot and vehicles and stuff like that. This server takes a while to get to the point where you can like really PvP and deal with other players. So right now it's just all about avoiding that. I got to figure out where I'm going to go. I'm kind of thinking I don't want to go to this town here because I know there's going to be players there. Trying to figure out where I could go to get stuff. Maybe there's a couple of small towns along here that I might be able to find some crafting supplies at. I think like there's a group of small like little villages that have crafting supplies and stuff like that. Oh, you can also store your loot in vehicles right now. So if you want to like drive around and collect a lot of loot, you could store it in a vehicle and hide it. On other servers, I've found vehicles just like stashed in the middle of the woods and trees and bushes. This is the fame bot. If I had a gun right now, I could shoot it and get fame points from it. But right now, it's kind of just like it's a threat. And the fact that like people can hear it and it will attract other players to me. But it's supposed to be like you're on a TV show and that's the camera. Kind of like, think Hunger Games, This kind of a twisted version of the Hunger Games with prisoners instead of tributes. So there are, although I haven't seen any, there's not many on this server. There are also airdrops, which can give you pretty good loot. That would be nice right now, crafting it. There's one right there. Just popped up, actually. I'm going to hit up this little village here first. I'm not going to worry about airdrops right now, because you could go there and it could be filled with zombies. I have to say that, you know, there's a deer. So there's hunting as well, so I could hunt that deer, skin it, make clothing from its skin, craft stuff from it, eat its meat. But like I said, it's pointless to worry about that with my sodium levels so high. Once I get a little further west, I'll go back to the river and drink more. Looks like somebody's fortified this. Not sure. Yeah. So there's a well there too I could drink from. The question is anybody home? I mean, nobody's shooting at me yet, but pointless to go there because I can't get inside. I mean, I could check, but it's a risk. Yeah, that's a game I want to play, Escape from Tarkov. But again, I'm waiting for that to develop a little bit more. I've been watching a lot of YouTubers play Escape from Tarkov. I could definitely get into that. How do you like it, Dylan? Do you like Escape from Tarkov? It seems like a lot of fun. I'm just glad there's not as many zombies up here. It's making life a little easier today. Yesterday I got pinned down by zombies like 3 or 4 times. Almost died once. This layout looks a little different. There's no loot on this server. Got the end game spectacles. That's what it's all about. Some loot going on here. I should work on crafting a bigger bag. It's going to require me to hunt though. So I was kind of hoping to get some ammo and make it so much easier to take out a deer or a bear or something like that and get its skin. Yeah, that's what, yeah, I think I just heard a gunshot. I don't know, it sounded like it was far away though. That's what I take away from Escape from Tarkov, just watching other people. You know, it just looks insanely difficult, especially if you don't have a squad to kind of work with and communicate with. I can't imagine, see, this is what I was talking about earlier. Should I lose the shotgun and take the hunting rifle? I'm going to keep the shotgun. Yeah, but it just seems like, you know, beyond just trying to get the hang of the game, which I think somebody's fortified that area there too. I don't see any movement. Hopefully nobody's home. Come back and grab some water from that well. That's why there's no loot here. It looks like something's clipping right there. Like Somebody's standing next to the door. But yeah, Escape from Tarkov seems like a lot of fun. But like I said, I would need a team to play with, you know, that knows how to communicate well. And there's somebody here. I'm so dead. Unless that was just the wings flapping of the crow, which it could have been. I'm not used to that sound. It was definitely a sound that I'm not used to. I don't hear footsteps though. No. I don't even know why I was wearing that. Take this in case I want. I might be able to craft shotgun ammo with that. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna drink this. I might be able to fill that back up. I shouldn't have done that. So I'm dumping that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Nice. Alright, we're starting to get somewhere. I gotta grab my spear back. So now I just need gunpowder and lead plate. There's a bear right there. Maybe I should start thinking about lockpicking somebody's fort over here. I thought I saw a well around here somewhere. That wasn't right next to that. Is that it? No, it's not a well. There it is. So I guess once this is empty, you can't fill it again. That's what I've noticed. So if you leave just like a little percentage of water in there, you can refill it. I wonder why that is. I want to overdrink. Alright, I think like, yeah, heading along through this way. If I keep heading west, I'll run into a couple more in like industrial style villages. What's up, Time? You think if I highlight it red? in the past, if it had something in it, like just even just like one little drop of water, I was able to refill it. But whenever it was empty, it won't let me refill. Let me see what happens. You know what I'll do? I'll put it in my hand. There you go. Good call, thanks. See, learning something new. I love when I learn from you guys. It's great. Now I got water for the road. This is how I die right here, by the way. Now that it's filled with water, I can't put it in my backpack. Get rid of that for now. Or in my pants. Now I could do this. That. Move that there. Problem solved. Yeah, I noticed that time that they've really lowered the loot a lot. And I've noticed that the server population has gone way down since the last time I played. It was like 2 weeks ago since I played on this server. I started playing yesterday, and I noticed that it was only like 20 people. The server, you know, on a slow day would have double that in the past. I mean, if you want loot, go play on Bambiland. Loot for days. Everybody's got full military gear. Yeah, so the reason I started, like, I'm not too concerned about the player count is I'm really just trying to figure out this whole sodium thing, which is working. I'm down to 184% from, I started today at 230% with some errors I made yesterday with eating too much Spam. If I didn't eat that Spam, I probably would be in much better shape as far as the sodium levels. But I mean, I kind of see what they're trying to do with this server. They're trying to really make it a hardcore survival server, like for the best players in the game kind of thing. Like if you can cut it on this server, you're the elite of the game. I guess that's what they're going for. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think, like you said, they could turn up the loot a little bit. I don't mind the zombie aggro being aggressive and the mechs being cranked up. But when you you take those risks and you almost die and you get nothing for it, it's kind of a turnoff. You know, you kind of like, I'm gonna go play on another server because at least I get something for my effort. There's another fort right there. Thought I heard something over there. I might have to start raiding people's stashes to get what I need. Is this a new house? I've never been in here. This layout looks different. Yeah, I've never been in this building before. Yeah, that's Tom. That's what I've been doing. I watched Ray Kid put out a video on it the other day, and I was like, "Holy cow! Why didn't how come it took me so long to figure this out?" And when I saw the video was like dealing with sodium levels, I was like, "Finally, somebody else figured this out." And also my issue was I wasn't cooking the meat properly. I was just like, when you hit cook and it goes through the thing once, I figured, oh, it's cooked. Well, that was quick. Oh, you got to leave it there, do that several times. I finally figured that out yesterday, how to get the meat cooked properly. So hopefully, if I don't get it done in this playthrough in this life, certainly in the next one I won't make the mistake of eating too much Spam, and I'll cook my meat properly, and yeah, hydrate, urinate, all that stuff. See, I've got my water up to 137%. Actually, you know what? I should just keep drinking and see how high it goes until it like starts going yellow or red, if that's a thing. Like, can you drink too much water in this game? Let's find out. So yeah, I don't want to eat any more meat until I get my sodium levels closer to like 100%. That's my goal. And to get some ammo in my gun is another goal I have today. Oh, I left my my spear back here. So I have noticed that the crows have kind of clued me into players being around at least once today. So I saw a crow flying over. Maybe somebody spooked it up from that tree line over there. Who knows? Eat some corn. I have butter. I can make some popcorn or something, or can make some stew, some vegetable stew. That'd probably be better than eating meat, right? I need salt for that as well, though. All right, what's the Oh, I can't really craft anything. Stew ingredients, which is mushrooms. Oh, you need meat for that. Salt, pepper, spice mix. Let's just eat it. So they definitely changed the recipe for stew. It's a little bit different. I noticed that the more you let your bladder fill up before you pee, the more sodium you drop. I mean, it probably evens out by, like, if I, you know, went 15% bladder and peed, it probably will drop 2%, and it would equal out if I went, you know, to 60%. Or something, and it drops. By that, it would drop what, 6% or something. Or I guess it would drop 8%. What's up, Kyle? That's been there a while. You got a scratch on your cornea? Oh, man. That's cool, you know, baseball and everything starting out for the kids, but scratch on your cornea, they thought I had that when I was about 17 or 18. I remember getting all the tests for it and stuff like that. Is I would have this like painful twitch in my my left eye, which I still have to this day. Like if I'm concentrating on like working on a circuit board or something, things that are really small, I have to be careful, especially when working with a soldering iron, and make sure I'm wearing my glasses to kind of like help take the strain off my eyes. Because if I strain, I get this weird flutter in my vision, and it's painful. It's like you can feel the pain behind your eye. So they did all these tests for years on me when I was a teenager, and no one could figure out what was going on. It's like, just wear your glasses. This was pretty much what I was told. And it helps, but still, I mean, I just have to, like, I can feel it coming on. That's the weird thing. Like, you feel it about to happen. Like, you can feel the muscles tighten up around the eye and everything. So what I do is, like, if I'm working on soldering small circuitry or something, I'll stop, let the flutter happen, and then dig in. I first noticed it, actually, first time I ever noticed it, I was soldering a speed control for a radio control car when I was like 16 or something. I was working on one of my RC cars. I used to race in a club, and that's the first time I noticed it. And then it happened a few other times, so I mentioned it to my mother, and she's like, let's go get it checked out. But man, I can't imagine like actually having that, a scratch or a tear or something like that. That can't be good. Do you know how it happened? Yeah, I don't know how it happened. So you actually have like a film, like a contact on your eye to help it heal? That's crazy. I can't imagine. Did they do like the test where they like dilate your pupils and like touch your eye and stuff like that? I always liked the test where they dilated my pupils, because I would just say, I didn't have to drive or anything. So I would be like, yeah, don't worry about the reverse drops. And then I would walk around with like blurry vision and light trails. Oh my God, I thought that was a player. There's multiples here. Good thing I didn't run up any faster. This guy's a little spicy. Oh, whoa, that was close. Damn. I'm gonna start searching these guys for loot. It's like, look at his loot just disappeared. There you go. She was asking before, you want to play an early access game. Those are the things you're gonna deal with. It's probably like 30 feet away. You'll find a jacket just laying on the ground somewhere. If I can get these guys one at a time to follow me. Yeah, here we go. And I don't have to worry about them hoarding up. Oh, he's got a limp. Oh, I got him. Fuck. Damn, it's chunking. All right, I'm gonna have to take it easy now. Yeah, I mean, they don't really touch your eye. It comes so close to touching your eye, though. It feels like it's almost gonna touch. I don't know, maybe they did touch it. It was like this little blue ring. And I remember it just like coming in and like putting a little pressure on my eye. I don't remember. I mean, we're talking, what, like 1990, whatever, you know? So I'm sure the technology has changed. All right, let's go a little bit wider around these puppets here, so I don't have to let my health levels come up a little bit. I'm low energy right now, so it's not gonna restore my health quickly. Well, I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, that's funny. You got quarantined from the house for pink eye. You didn't even have pink eye, right? Did you tell me that you got quarantined, told not to come home? Let's see if I can trap this guy in here. I mean, I haven't done this in a while. Ah, it didn't close. What's up with that? What? That looks like a fort right next to me here. A base. Is he dead? Good. No, it's not. All right, good. Let's search this for gunpowder. Gotta search that building too. I can get some more medical supplies here next door, hopefully. I was hoping to find like a bottle of soda or a can of soda here or something to get my sugar levels up. Or even some gunpowder or something would have been nice from there. I realize I have vitamins, don't I? Oh, I said eat all, didn't I? I don't want to eat them all. No bandages. Wow. They really did turn the loot down a lot. Oh, my eye, yeah, I guess it's probably more of like a muscle twitch, but it feels like the pain is like, the pain goes away immediately, but it's like in the instance of the twitch, it's pretty bad. And it all depends on how hard I'm concentrating and focusing on usually small objects. I used to be a lens technician. So I'd fix photography lenses. And, you know, that was required working with small circuit boards and electronics. And I would constantly, and it, you know, I'd have to be so careful when soldering on those boards. Oh, we got ammo here. It was a challenge sometimes. I'd like feel it coming on. I'd have to just like hands off for a second. Well, the nice thing about that is like I had a big magnifying lens, and you know, most of the time, if I used all that at the facility we worked out of, I was fine. Like I said, wear my glasses usually takes care of the issue. See if I can get through here without aggroing these puppets. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last time it happened to me. I mean, it was fairly recently. I was probably working on a radio-controlled car, too, so I still tinker with that stuff. But it could have been like a PC repair. Oh, you know, I know exactly when it was. I was repairing a motherboard, and I was cleaning the. Look at this guy swiping at me through the window. I was cleaning the contacts on a CPU socket. Somebody got, tried to replace their own CPU, and they got heat compound in the socket, like on the individual pins. So I had to actually wear I was wearing a loop when I did that. So it was probably kind of like messing with but I was using my right eye, so my left eye was closed, so it couldn't have been that time. It may have been just when I was trying to like figure out what was going on. Yeah, I mean, it could happen when I mean, wearing these glasses helps a lot with that. It takes a lot of strain off my eyes. But you'll notice instead of straining my eyes, I'll lean into the screen on those long shots. You'll see, like, I'll go all the way in. I'm like maybe 7 or 8 inches my face from the screen when I'm making those 500, 600 meter shots. I think the longest shot I've made is 500 meters so far. That was the one on the tower the other day. See, now I didn't even need it in my hand this time. I didn't need it in my hand, and it filled my water bottle. and it wasn't selected. So I don't know what the difference is. Oh, and it was selected. So there you go. The dam shot was pretty good. That was somewhere around 400 meters, I think. The latest YouTube video I put out, it's got like a lot of time lapse in it, but somewhere in the middle, because it cuts between time lapse and like actual PvP. Their shot. I should just. Oh, you know what? If you go on my Instagram, there's a clip of it. So rpod77 on Instagram if you use Instagram, or it's on Twitter as well. No, I didn't search up there yet, did I? There's more puppets up here. I should have taken a drink at that well. I'll go back. Alright, yeah, there's a bunch of industrial buildings up here, I think. Or next town up. I think somewhere along this road. There's like a group of industrial buildings that I can hopefully find some gunpowder and lead plate. I mean, shotgun shells would be amazing right now, even if it was just like a box of shotgun shells just to deal with these puppets. Alright, there's too many. Because if I aggro one of those, I'm aggroing both of them, and I can't deal with more than one puppet at a time. I think I'm going to have to bypass this little area here. Because if I start making noise, I'll aggro all those puppets. Oh wow, my bladder's at like 87% right now. Get away from these puppets. If my energy wasn't low and my health was all the way up, I'd take the risk. But nice. That was a nice drop right there. That was almost a full 20 points on sodium. Around to 167. Somebody make a fort here. Doesn't look like it. Is that shotgun shells? No, it's just a dish sponge. I think I remember falling for that one when the game first came out. So I think what I'll do is make my way south back and go back east a little bit and like check out the boot camp area. Maybe I can find some crafting supplies there. But again, you know, taking a risk, there better be some reward for it. 'Cause I've been playing it pretty much safe this whole stream here, you know, for the past 2 hours. Yeah, somebody fortified this. Alright, a couple of crows flying around. They just came from that direction. There could be somebody running around up there. Yeah, see? Gunshots coming from that direction. The crows can tell you a lot. Oh, there's a candy bar. Ooh, piece of candy. Why can't I eat it? I don't understand. Do I need the knife to open it? Is that... What is that? Maybe it was a deer. Like, I got to the point where I'm like stopping looking at certain areas. Like, there is no loot. Like, I've given up hope that I'm ever gonna find loot in those barns or whatever. Like, I don't know if the admins can say we want loot to only spawn in these areas to kind of drive the PvP in the game, and I'm assuming that's what they've done here is, yeah, you have to go to certain areas to get the loot. Can't just kind of play it safe and just go to little farmhouses and get what you need. Should chug the rest of that water. We're at 167 on sodium. That's pretty good. I mean, hopefully by the end of the stream I could drop that 100 points. Yeah, if I get it to the 130 range, that's not bad. I mean, I had to starve myself to do it, but... And then I'm gonna, well, if I cook the meat properly on the next time I energize up, I shouldn't have a problem with the sodium levels shooting through the roof again. Stay away from the spam. That's what does it. I want to go to these, go to the trenches over here. Might be some loot there. How did I get wet? It did rain a little bit earlier, didn't it? The heck is that? Oh, it's just the clouds through the trees there. I thought it was like a big... I'm like, I'm not that close to the edge of the map. Yeah, it looked like it was the wall for a minute. Did they move the wall? So there were gunshots just north of here. What is just north of here? Oh, those towns that I came from earlier. That sounds like where those shots came from. I believe there were a couple of fortified buildings there, so people might be returning to their bases to check things out. my hydration at? 178%. It's still green. It'd be funny if I die from overhydration. Yeah, I haven't been checking the hunting stands for stuff. Probably should have been doing that. I'm gonna stay, just keep going right until I can't go right anymore, and then circle all the way around, see where that leads me. All right, that's an exit, so let's go left. The first halfway decent loot I've found all day. Military boots. So I wish you could turn, you know, like I could take this ammo and craft it into, with a toolkit, craft it into ammo for a different gun. I guess I'll take this ammo just in case I find an M1. Alright, so there's a crate over here too. I think that might be all the loot locations in these trenches. Like coming back around to where I dropped into them. Right? Check out these buildings. It looks like somebody fortified it, yeah. I think they're home. Let's see if my mic works in this game. So I was having problems with it in the division yesterday. Hello? Hello? Whoever they were, they didn't have enough fame to lock the door. Should I claim their door? Yeah, see, it seems like my mic works in this game, so I don't know why it wasn't working in the division. Maybe I wasn't hitting the correct button on the control pad there. I meant to play around with that today, I just didn't have time. What was that? What was that strange noise? Oh, it's a chicken. Can I put my spear down somewhere where it won't disappear on me? Thank you. Oh, nice. It'll let me fill from here as well. The chicken sounds like it's right next to me. I don't see it anywhere. Was it in the water? Where is this thing? It doesn't matter. I don't have any room to carry meat. I don't want to drop any of my crafting supplies until I craft ammo. I should do this. Nice. I almost took another, that was another like 11 points off there. hell is that? It's a light off a rock. Is that a millie vest just sitting in the middle of this whole thing here? This looks like bait to me. Are you kidding me? This is a bulletproof vest just sitting there. That's by far the best loot I've found so far. And there's a gun. Anything else on the ground over here? Somebody started to fortify this. Kind of hoping I can find some crafting supplies here. Another like 20 minutes left. This is where I've had luck in the past on this server getting, you know, gunpowder and lead plate and stuff, but let's see what the changes they've made. Doors open there. Yeah, I'd say there's probably a squad in this town. What kind of ammo we got here? More 357. I wish they had a 357 revolver. That'd be a nice gun to add to this game. You don't need a magazine. 6 rounds. Add like a speed loader for it or something. That'd be kind of cool. That's right. If I want to make a bigger backpack, I'm going to need a sewing kit, right? So that's something I should be looking for as well. Can I jump out this? Nice. Oh. Wasn't expecting it to be a second story. Yeah, I guarantee you there's no crafting supplies in this town because somebody came through and just picked it clean. I'm starting to see what Time was saying here. I mean, there really is no loot anywhere. I mean, even if somebody came and picked it clean, I mean, not even clean, you'd expect to find some scraps left behind. They can't carry everything. I thought I saw a player right there. There's the lead plate. Sweet. You got in there. All right, this is what I'd love to see in this game from a development standpoint, is the ability to deconstruct ammo and use its components to make different ammo. And maybe you only get, like, so if you have, look at this. If you have 6 rounds of something, you could craft 3 rounds of something else. Watch, there's somebody in here. No. I bet you somebody logged out in here, though. Yay! Alright, let's go somewhere else. I'm gonna go up here. Alright, what do I want to make? Let's make some of this. Why is that flashing? Odd. Never seen anything like that happen before. Probably load up my gun before I craft anymore. Alright, that's enough of that. I don't know how much lead plate I need, but I guess I need paper. But if I do this, can I craft shotgun ammo? Yes. Alright, what am I out of? Alright, the toolkit. I should have crafted 5 less rounds of the, for the, the Mosin ammo, so I could have had more shotgun ammo. Alright, so I need another toolkit. I forgot my spear. Put that away. Let's put that away. Take that. Alright, I'm gonna head over towards the boot camp area over there and see what's going on. And then this way tomorrow I can go loot it. If there's nobody camping it. Camp in the camp. Just search those barracks tomorrow. At least the bulletproof vest can help me a little bit now. A helmet would be nice. Alright. Probably start thinking about eating again. But at least now I have a rifle to hunt. That'll make, I can take out a bear. What's up, Robson? Not sure. Sailor. Good? Is it good that you're a Brasileiro? I don't know what that word means. Is that... I mean, if you're asking if we discriminate here, we don't discriminate. I always find that odd. But I guess it helps people organize for crafting. Maybe that's part of my problem when I'm like trying to hunt and cook and I have all the stuff on the ground and it causes all sorts of problems with the crafting. Things get lost, and if I craft a simple wooden crate first and organize my stuff in it, it might help. I'm just gonna kind of scope out what's going on here, and then I'm gonna call it a night. It's kind of beat up right now. All right, so tomorrow I can get right on to hunting. You know, try to make sure I totally figured out cooking meat, play around with that a little bit more, get myself re-energized, and see if I can keep my sodium levels down or even get them even lower at this point would be nice. Oh, crap. Hopefully he's the only one around right now. Oh, that was a miss. I was not expecting that. I heard it at like the last second and then I aggroed him. What's going on down there? It's been so long since I've been here. I see some doors are open already. I'm waiting for a shot to come out and whiz by me here. More puppets around. Oh, it's a puppet. All right. I thought it was a player, like waiting for the mech right there. It's about to take him out. All right, let me go find a spot to log out here. Saw like a red flash in the woods right there. I mean, that could be a player, back of a player's head who has negative fame. Right? If you have negative fame, your dot is red. Or you're a puppet. All right, guys. So did pretty good today. Got my sodium down almost 100 points. That was pretty much my goal of figuring that out. I still got to get my energy back up, but we got a gun, we got ammo, bulletproof vest. Doing pretty good, all right. So far, anyway. We'll see what happens when the population picks up tomorrow. During the early part of the stream where I am right now, there are bound to be players here. So we'll see what happens, maybe get into some drama. But like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't yet, hit the follow button or the sub button on YouTube to get notifications when I go live. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So wherever you are, have a good evening, night, day, afternoon, whatever time it is. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.